his great humility. He's an AAP supporter. He probably doesn't want to see his movement drift like the way it is, away from its ideals. But I'll bring him in. First, Dr. Joshi. Dr. Joshi, how does this happen? How does a man who didn't want to stay in a 5-room house, whose supporters like you called him, आपने उनको फोन किया और बोला ऐसा मत करिए केजरीवाल जी, ये इम्पोज कर रहे हैं आप लोगों पर, मत कीजिए ऐसा, आप आम आदमी हमारे साथ रहिए, आप हमारे जैसे रहिए. आज उनको 4 एकड़ कम पड़े, उनको 7 एकड़ चाहिए, उनको एक महल चाहिए. How is this happening, Dr. Joshi? How does this happen?
So let us just begin it from the very start. You know, he used to be an Aam Aadmi, now is the Chief Minister of Delhi. He has multiple responsibilities at his disposal, and with a very, very hostile central government and with an even more hostile LG after him. So he has a multitude of responsibility. He needs many resources to govern Delhi properly. Number one. Number two, as you have been saying that this structure or this house of the Chief Minister of Delhi, mind you, it is the house of the official residence of the Chief Minister of Delhi and not a registered property of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, number one. Number two, this has been built over a period of 2 to 3 years. And so a transactional audit by the CA and AG must have been done of whatever payments have been done. And if the CA and AG did not raise any flags over in their transactional audits, that means that they did not find any financial discrepancies. So if they did not find any financial discrepancies, I'm surprised why are we even talking about it. Number two, now whether the payments or whether this house which has been built is built in a legal way or is built in an illegal way. If there are no legal issues, then I think he is well within his rights to construct such a house. Number three, if and whether Mr. Kejriwal has derived any personal benefits out of it. To my knowledge, this is an official residence of the Chief Minister and not a residence of Mr. Kejriwal, so he has not shunted money. So when it comes to that, all he is trying to do is to make the CM of Delhi more resourceful. Now coming to the Times Now report, that you have been doing this Sheesh Mahal, Operation Sheesh Mahal for quite so long. I would have been really happy if your investigative journalism extended to Mr. Satyapal Malik. If when it comes to the martyrs of our Jawans, we should have investigated that why the aircraft was not provided to those Jawans. It should have been. It should not have taken us an Hindenburg report to look into the affairs of or mismanagement of the Adani Group. It would have come from our own media houses in this country. So I think when it comes to that, when it comes to the martyrdom of Jawans, our investigative journalism does not look into those matters. And when it comes to a common man, and I dare say that he is a common man, and that is why he is being punished, because how dare he stand in the Assembly of Delhi and ask questions to the who and who of the country. जितने भी बड़े अधिष्ठाता हैं इस देश के, चाहे वो सत्ता के प्रतिष्ठानों के हों, चाहे वो व्यापारिक प्रतिष्ठानों के हों, उनको क्वेश्चन करने की हिम्मत कैसे दिखा दी?
1 second, no cross talking, please. No cross talking, lower faders, no cross talking on this channel.
Rahul, I'll just finish in 10 seconds and then
yes, please.
So how dare he ask such questions? That is why he's being punished, and that is why he's being punished for something which is financially right, which is legally right, and which is well within the rights of the Chief Minister of Delhi.
Okay. So I just want to ask you a small follow-up question.
Sure.
Dr. Joshi, you heard that soundbite of Mr. Kejriwal. That was not made up by me. Those were his words. You heard that, right? Yes, no?
True.
Okay. So I just want to ask you, he spoke as Chief Minister in 2014. He didn't speak like you or me. So did he have less responsibilities in 2014? आप कह रहे हैं कि अब उनके responsibilities बढ़ गए हैं, that he has to take on more. In 2014, he had as many departments, if not more, under him as he had today. At that time, he was happy living in Ghaziabad or wherever he chose, because he says, I want to be humble. That same Chief Minister today has had a rethink. Number one. So you haven't explained that, sir. Obviously, it has changed. This has got nothing to do with the nature of work. The nature of work is the same. So please make that point. Number two, just a small thing. You see, I don't want to get into CNAG, etc., simply because, sir, the tender, this tender, I don't know if you know, but if you look at the scope of work, all the expenses are under a certain threshold of 10 crores. So this entire development project was broken up into 5 or 6 parts, and everything was kept under 10 crores. Right? Now, the rule suggests that if that is the case, he doesn't have to go to anybody. His own minister, Satyendra Jain, can requisition this. He doesn't even have to go to the LG. So the expenses were kept below a certain threshold. Number 3, the tender itself, and I have it here, the tender itself, viewers and doctor, says very clearly that this is a renovation work. There's no question of rebuilding, acquiring land, enlarging, making it bigger than it is. It was only supposed to be a repairing job. Renovation and repair. I can show you that document.
No, I'm aware of it.
Yeah. There's a new house that has been. So if you're aware of it, doctor, I'm surprised that you don't, as an Aam Aadmi who loves Arvind Kejriwal, who's voted for him, who's supported him, who pays his taxes, would not want to know. How did all this change? How did the tender change? I can't understand. Can you explain?
So coming back to the first question that you asked, Rahul ji.
Yes.
That was very clear-cut question that the man, that means that Mr. Kejriwal has changed over a period of time. Don't we all? Mr. Rahul Shivshankar on his first day of journalism would have been a different person than what he is now.
No, I'm not. I'm exactly the same. Go back to my work. One second. Go back. So I started. One second, sir. Dr. Joshi, I started as a print journalist, saying very much what I'm saying on the edit page of the TOI. I haven't changed my views. What has changed? Is the ecosystem. I was always against that ecosystem. I continue to be against the Lutyens ecosystem today. At that time, I was being cancelled because I was thought to be too right of center. 2 jobs I was not given, sir. Because I was thought to be too right. I didn't know. Having a view meant you could be disqualified. No, since you asked me, doctor, I just want to make it clear because it always comes down to the anchor, poor anchor. Usko maar do aap. वो सवाल ही ना पूछो मगर मेरी बात सुनिए डॉक्टर साहब मेरी बात सुनिए डॉक्टर साहब मेरी बात सुनिए प्लीज इंडल्ज मी फॉर 30 since you made it about me I just want to make two Lutyens channels viewers, 2 Lutyens channels, in fact one is a foreign network under investigation. One didn't give me a job because I spoke for India. I said, why is it that you call POJK? And they said, why have you become so jazbati? That's the word they used.
Right? So can I come in now?
Secondly, another great New Delhi-based channel. They saw all my work. The great liberals there saw all my work. They went through all my articles in the TOI and then they put it down, and I was told I was too right of center for them. I was shocked. I didn't know at that time that that could be a disqualification. Because I've always written what I speak. Nothing has changed. So I find it very remarkable that Arvind ji has changed. And not change, I can understand you can change your outlook. But I can't believe that you trade your soul. That doesn't happen.
Now that is what I'm trying to tell you, Rahul ji, because you know what you insisted upon, that your core values remain the same over a period of time. Fair enough. But with the experience a person matures, you know, so the
उनकी core value ही बदल जाती है.
साहब सुन लो मेरी बात. What I'm trying to tell कि भाई अरविंद केजरीवाल जी की जो कोर वैल्यूज हैं, जो प्रिंसिपल्स हैं, तो वो भी सेम है भाई. हेल्थ एंड एजुकेशन में रिफॉर्म करना है, पानी बिजली को देना है, ठीक तरीके से हर आदमी तक पहुंचाना है, और उसके बाद में बेरोजगारी पे लगाम लगाना है. बट when you grow, when you realize from day one as in the chief minister's office to now approximately 8 years into the chief minister's office, he has understand that how many responsibilities are there on the shoulders of the chief minister, and he needs more resources. Number one. And then when you said that you do not want to get involved into what CNAG has said or not said, every transaction has been is audited by the CNAG.
Sir,
it is only about the LG. When you are talking about the less than 10 crores mark, it is only about whether the file has to go to the LG or not. The CNAG does the whole transaction audit of the whole of the Delhi budget. That is what I am trying to say.
Right. How do you know that the CNAG has not made any negative comments on it. We don't know. We have to find out.
I'm
If,
sure.
no,
I'm
tell me
sure
something, Dr. Joshi.
With the bigger Times now is investigating.
We will find it. We will find it. We will find it. But I just want to ask you, Dr.
I
Joshi.
also let you know every CNAG report
Dr.
is
Joshi.
uploaded. Once
Dr.
the audit
Joshi.
is done, it is uploaded on the website. So
Fine.
it is for each and everyone to see.
We'll see. But Dr. Joshi, 1 second. This was done by the Public Works Department, by the way. Okay?
Yeah. So,
and it is incumbent upon the government to submit its accounts for audit. We don't know if